A chaotic scene after a right-wing activist and close ally of U.S. President Donald Trump was assassinated. The president says Turning Point USA's Charlie Kirk is dead after a shooting that happened at Utah Valley University. There is currently no suspect in custody. Hi there, this is Power and Politics. I'm David Cochran in Ottawa. We will have the latest on that breaking and developing news story just ahead. Also, here at home, Prime Minister Mark Carney lays out his government priorities for Parliament's return.
We're all here to get big things done for Canadians at a scale and a pace that hasn't happened for generations.
The Liberal caucus is meeting in Edmonton, solidifying their plan to transform Canada's economy to be more resilient against U.S. tariffs. Now, part of that plan is fast-tracking major nation-building projects. The government plans to announce some of those tomorrow, and we know one project that won't make the list, at least for now.
The list is going to be an evergreening list. It's not, oh my gosh, this is it, nothing else can be added. I don't think that the list as it appears is the final list.
Coming up, why an oil pipeline won't make the first cut and the power panel on the Liberals' priorities for the fall sitting. Plus, Poland is on high alert after shooting down Russian drones that entered its airspace.
To Putin, my message is clear. Stop violating Allied airspace and know that we stand ready, that we are vigilant and that we will defend every inch of NATO territory.
We have Poland's ambassador to Canada standing by as Power and Politics starts right now. We begin with that breaking news out of Utah. U.S. President Donald Trump says conservative commentator Charlie Kirk is dead after being shot while speaking at an outdoor university event. The suspect is still at large. The CBC's Aaron Collins joins us now from Washington. So Aaron, what more do we know about what happened here today?
Well, you touched on the latest there, David, and that's President Trump breaking on social media that Charlie Kirk had died. We've been following this, throughout the afternoon as the details slowly trickled out. I think the latest are the words from the president that he wrote on Truth Social, that the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. So interesting that it's the president that brings this news. Now, as far as what more we know about the incident that led to Mr. Kirk's death, it comes after he was shot at Utah Valley University. We know the 31-year-old right-wing political activist was hosting the event at the time, so it was his event. It's the kind of back and forth discussion that he's known for having, where he challenges people to debate his political ideas, in person. And we're hearing that at the time the shot was fired, he was responding to some questions about transgender ideology. So there is some chilling, and I should definitely say, David, some unconfirmed video of Mr. Kirk being hit sort of directly in the upper body and slowly falling back and to his left. And since then, the university originally came out and said that the shot came from a couple hundred meters away. They've stuck with that, and there were initial reports from the university as well that the shooter was in custody. That's since been reversed. So it's unclear, as you mentioned in the introduction there, if the suspect has been apprehended. It doesn't appear so at this time. We do know there's a number of agencies, combing through the campus, including the FBI, looking for the shooter. Of course, obviously the university campus has been closed. And again, the latest here is Mr. Kirk has succumbed to the injuries that followed this shooting. Right,
and there were images of the incident online. There were images of a man who was believed to be the suspect and the shooter, and if you saw that on your social media, that has all been repudiated now. So just so you know, there's always a fog of war and a chaos in the event, moments after an event like this. Now look, Charlie Kirk, a very polarizing and controversial figure, but very close to Donald Trump, an important part of his election victory last year. For people who don't follow U.S. politics at this level and in this, walk them through who is Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, that's the question. And we should say, right, you mentioned the fog of war here and sort of trying to parse out this. We don't know why Charlie Kirk was shot. We don't know what motivated this shooter. We may never know. But what do we know about Mr. Kirk? You're absolutely right. He's a very popular voice in conservative circles, millions of followers on social media, big supporter of Donald Trump, created that nonprofit organization called Turning Point USA, which goes to campuses, high schools, universities, and advocates for conservative ideas. And he's been credited with helping to deliver those younger voters to the Trump campaign that helped them win the election. And of course, the U.S. president also the victim of an assassination attempt, right? So they have that in common as well. So there's a bond there, I think. And I think the one thing we can definitely say, this kind of political violence, right? It's being condemned. We saw that when Donald Trump was shot as well, by folks from all political stripes. We heard from California Governor Gavin Newsom like almost immediately after this shooting took place, writing that the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting and vile and reprehensible, and in the United States of America, we must reject every form of political violence. So, I guess what's clear here, right, is if this is politically motivated, which it may be, just a tragic and kind of visceral example of how tense and polarized the political climate is here in the United States, David.
Yeah, 31 years old, married, I believe 2 children, and the news of his death confirmed by the president himself. All right, Aaron Collins, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll continue to follow this breaking story throughout the show.